Hey guys, it's Melissa with Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. Today's topic is really kind of a random bunch of things that have just popped up for me lately and messages that I've gotten just in the last day or two that I thought I would share with you because I've been asking, what message would Spirit like me to talk about, and I've gotten a few different things, but I think that they're little, but they all tie in together, and so that's what I thought I would talk about today. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about is that we're all going through a transformation. If you're somebody who listens to my podcast, then I guarantee you're going through a transformation because you're listening to get daily wisdom to help you move through your life with more grace and ease and to help you live your life fully, to have happiness and abundance and all those things you deserve. So that tells me that you are really about self-improvement. And so people who are about self-improvement and trying to connect to their spiritual team on a deeper level are all going through a transformation right now. We're all kind of up-leveling together. And one of the things that has come up recently, I just did a Reiki session for someone, and it was an honor to do a Reiki session for her because she was one of my mentors. And one of the things I got for her was that she needed to do more self-care. She's going through a huge transformation, and she just needs to be more gentle with herself and patient and take care of herself better. And this is a person that I know is a firm believer, in self-care, and she practices it a lot and talks about all the things she does to take care of herself. So somebody like that who does this all of the time still needs to do it more. So if somebody like that who has a daily routine of taking care of herself still needs to do more of that, then people like us, like you and me, who, if you're like me, I'm a busy person and I try to keep everything in balance, but so often there is one area or more of my life that gets thrown out of balance. And it's all about trying to keep this balance. And part of that is self-care. In the business world, I think I've told you, they call it sharpening the saw. And you can't do things for other people or be there in other areas of your life and show up fully if something is out of balance. If one area of your life is out of balance, it's going to throw everything else off too. So if you're working too much, then your personal life's going to suffer, or your spiritual life is going to suffer because you're not going to have enough time for that. And I know that sometimes we simply can't avoid it. If you work in retail and it's the holiday season, that might be out of balance for you for a little bit. Or, if you are an accountant and it's tax season, that might be out of balance for you for a little bit. And I get that. There are times when things will get out of balance. It happens for me too. The beginning of the school year and the end of the school year, don't even talk to me because I'm so stressed out. It's just how it is, But we need to be better about taking care of ourselves throughout the year and making sure that we at least try to stay in balance in all areas of our life. And one of the ways that we can do that is to give up worrying and anxiety, because I am a worrier from way back. Like, I will invent problems that never existed in our life before just because it's what I do. I don't know why. I don't know where it comes from, but it's who I am, and it's been really hard to try to break that habit, and it's a struggle, but I'm trying, and I do it every day because I just realized that I'm making more problems for myself than are actually there. And so one of the messages that I also got was that we need to surrender to a greater power. We have a whole spiritual team who's behind us, wanting to support us, cheer us on. They're doing so many things behind the scenes. And you guys, I have seen this so much lately. I have worried about a lot of things in my life. And one of the things that I've worried about was, with my business, am I doing the right things? With this podcast, is it reaching the right people? Is it making a difference? Does it even matter that I record this every day? Does anyone even listen? There are things like that go through my head, thoughts like that we're always critical of ourselves and are worrying and wondering, and that's one of the things we have to change. We have to change our mindset. And so when I catch myself in that zone, the zone of negativity, let's call it, I have to stop myself and make a point of not going there and just saying, nope, not going to do that today. Nope, that's not true. And I just have to tell myself that, I have a whole team behind me. I'm doing the work that I need to do. And then my team's going to take care of the rest, and they're doing things behind the scene. And the truth is they really are, because I see it all the time. When I thought that about the podcast, and then I let it go. And then I got a message from one of my listeners about how much I help her and how grateful she is to have the show. And it's like, okay, all right. So that answered that. Yes, I'm making a difference. Okay. Because to me, if I make a difference in just one person's life, then I made a difference, and it doesn't really matter. I feel that way with my students too. If I just made a difference in even one student's life, then everything that I do is worth it. So, okay, gotta give up control of that and know that, yes, it's making a difference. Another thing with the business is, is this going to work out? Is this, am I going to get enough clients? And then I got another client and bought a package deal, and it's like, okay, yes, okay, they're handling this. You just need to chill out and surrender control, because you're doing the work that you need to do, and the universe is going to take care of the rest. And you need to make sure that you're asking your team for the help that you need. What is it that you need? Why are you worrying? For me, I would just say to my team of angels, and I like to call on specific ones, but you can just call on all of the angels. If you want to call them all in, you can. You're not limited to the amount of help you get or who helps you. But you can just call them in, and I call them in and ask for the specific thing that I'm thinking about, worrying about. I might call them in and say, please bring the right clients to me. Please help people who need me find me. Whatever it is I need. And then I just have to surrender control and surrender the worry. Because the worry doesn't do anything except stress you out. And that's going to throw you out of balance. So give up the worry, surrender the control, and just know that you have a greater power who is doing everything on your behalf, behind the scenes, for your highest good. And it's all going to work out. And the other thing to remember is also take care of yourself. We often ignore that inner child, but that inner child wants to come out and play. So what are you doing to entertain your inner child? And I've talked about this a lot before, but it just goes without saying that we really need to be getting in touch with our inner child, doing what makes us happy. Some people feel like I've got to clean my whole house, and if I don't clean, if I don't put these dishes away, the world's not going to end tomorrow if you don't put the dishes away, or if you don't clean your house for a day. And I'm not saying never clean your house, but we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to be so stressed about having a clean house. We're the only ones who really pay attention to that anyway. So don't ignore your inner child because you feel like you have to go do some kind of chore. I would be the first person to make myself feel guilty for not doing something, like for just being lazy for a day. Like that's just not typically who I am. But Friday night, I came home from work and I was so tired and I did not do a single thing. And it was an amazing feeling. And I got stuff done the rest of the weekend, but that day I was just like, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing anything today. And I needed it. And when I went to bed early and slept in, I felt so much better the next day. So take time out for yourself and don't feel guilty about it. Don't let other people feel guilty about it. When we're in balance, the other thing that we're not doing is letting what other people say to us affect us. When we rule with our emotions, we're going to lose every time. I have family members who can be super critical, and I'm not going to name any names because I don't want people coming to me like, what? Being really critical with me and yelling at me, but I do, and I'm sure we all do. We all have that in our lives. If I make certain decisions, there will be opinions thrown at me for how I decided to do something, and you know what? I've just gotten to the point where I don't care. And I'm not going to sit there while you say that to me, because your opinion does not matter to me. And that's how I have to be and how I have to think, because if I take on what everyone else tells me, or I try to do or be or say what everyone else tells me, I'm going to be way out of balance. And that's not the true me anyway. And I love how people can live their own lives any way they want, but then they feel like they have to give you opinions about yours. And you know what? It's none of their business. And they can have all of the opinions they want, and they need to keep them to themselves, because what they think about you is also none of your business. It doesn't matter. You just need to do your own thing. You have to be true to you, be authentic to you. If it doesn't feel good to you, then don't do it. It's just that simple. It's not always easy to do, even though it sounds simple. It's hard to say no to people you love, but if you're saying no to them, you're saying yes to you. So that's the rule of thumb, keeping everything in balance. If you change your mind about something, it's okay, say it. If you want to cancel plans, do it. If something suddenly doesn't feel right to you, don't do it. It's all about you and how you feel and honoring yourself. And there are limits within that. Don't cancel on someone 5 minutes before you're supposed to do something. But, but pay attention to how you feel. Because sometimes when you really don't want to do something, it's your body telling you that you're tired and you need to relax and you need to rest and you need to take that time for yourself. And our body can send us signals in all kinds of ways. We can become sick, or we can just feel depressed and down. Those can all be signals that we're not living our best life. We're not being true to ourselves. So take a look at your life. What more can you do to make sure that you're taking care of yourself? What areas of your life might be out of balance? Take a look at that. Are you working too much? Are you socializing too much? Are you not paying attention to your spiritual life? What's out of balance? And then see how you can balance that out. And if you're not really sure, just sit in stillness. Practice that quiet stillness where you just sit there and see what comes to you. And you can ask, universe, God, source, what's out of balance in my life? And then see what comes to you. I would have a feeling you probably don't have to do the meditation to figure out if something's out of balance. Probably already know that. It's usually pretty obvious. So, don't worry about anything. Pray about everything. Relax. Let go of the need for control. Put your balance back into your life. If you are feeling stressed out and just not feeling like yourself to the point you don't know what's wrong, get a hold of me. We can do Reiki, and when I do Reiki for you, when I do Reiki for any of my clients, I take time to do a meditation before I even meet with you, and I can tell you everything that's going on with you. I shock myself and the clients sometimes because I get so much information. And I can do a treatment for you totally tailored around what I found out about. What's going on with you. We can totally tailor the Reiki session to focus on the areas that you need. and you will feel so much better. A lot of people are going through this transformation and they're experiencing neck and back pain, and Reiki can help you with that too. And a lot of that neck and back pain, it stems from emotional stuff. And it seems like a weird thing, but it's the weight we're carrying around. It's the metaphorical weight, not the actual physical. It's the emotional weight we're carrying around. And once we get rid of that, you feel so much better. So check out my website if you're interested in Reiki. I still have a sale going on for a purposeful pilgrimage. It's still $52. Get in while you can, because it'll go back up to the normal $88. I still want to run the special for a while, especially around the holiday season for those of you who need it. A lot of people feel depression around this time of year. It can be very easy to get down, and this program really is a great way to re-energize your life and to really get you moving in the right direction. So check that out. Thank you guys for all of your support, for always listening to me. I truly, truly love and appreciate all of you and value each and every one of you. If you ever want to leave me a comment, please do. I love hearing from you, and some people have messaged me with show ideas. I love that too. Please feel free to message me and leave me some feedback. Share my podcast with those who you think might benefit from it. I will talk to you again soon, sending you massive love and light. Bye-bye.